So here we are. This is my semi-perfect start to a new Minecraft Bedrock Let's Play. I'll try to keep it as clean and unedited as possible, aside from doing a small voiceover. And just sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy. This is basically just me starting up the world and fixing everything that needs to be fixed, putting on certain stuff, etc. Right here, I'm starting up the world. First thing I do, put the rest of the stuff in my inventory, and I fix up the settings. Afterwards, I get some wood, craft up some basic tools, fixing the settings again, of course, because it was a bit laggy. And after this is fixed, there's like one lag spike, and everything goes well after. Now, this is around the time where I craft up the tools, and I get some stone, and then get stone tools. Over here, of course, I make the mistake of crafting another axe, which was a blunder on my part. And after I'm done with that, I get more stone, create a pickaxe, and that's about it for the simple tools. Over here, I'm just fixing a few things so it doesn't show as much with the other item slots, so that I use the main for, and yeah, that's about it. try killing this chicken and embarrassingly I fall into a cave, so I decide to just get some coal. As you can see here, the shaders are working perfectly fine. I have the natural light sources and whatever with the soft glow, so the torches shine nicely. And the rest of the shaders are perfect too. There's a few sun rays, etc. Here I decide to get some copper so that I can make copper tools. I make a furnace so that I can smelt the copper. Then afterwards, I start smelting the copper, make a copper sword, and then I break the stuff and go on a little adventure. The zombie animation actually looks kinda sick, I can't lie. That is one of the biggest upsides to me for using one of these animation mods. See here the sun rays I was talking about earlier, and now I just go get some food, then go on a little adventure. Make a bed so I don't have to worry about going through the night with the mobs. Here I find this cool looking white wolf, which I plan on taming on the second episode of the playthrough, so I'll definitely come back for that. I take a nap, ending day 0 and moving on to day 1. I wake up, see the sunrise, and see that beautiful glare from the shader pack. Here you can see some fog coming from the dense forest as I go and get some more wood so that I can start up on my base. I fall onto a tree where I see a cave which I plan on coming back to in the future. Look around in the taiga forest, looking for a perfect place to build my base. Over in this less dense area, I decide this would be the perfect place for my starter base. I explore my surroundings a bit first, Then I start terraforming a tiny bit so that I can start on placing my items for my base. I placed on my bed a crafting table and a furnace, and then I set my spawn point. It's here that I see a nearly perfect ruined portal render in, so I decide to go ahead and loot it. Somehow found an efficiency 3 golden axe and an enchanted golden apple. I placed down my lodestone and craft a chest which I can place down to store my items in. I just mess around with the shader settings and turning on certain stuff so that I can see how it looks. around, seeing some of the sun's beams coming through the trees as I place down some torches. I take a look at most of the sunset before finally ending things off on day 2. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for part 2 and peace.